Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. On today's video I'm going to be discussing something that I actually talked about months ago, so I guess you could consider this a follow-up video sort of to that one. But a few months ago, I'm not sure when, made a video basically discussing how Bruce Campbell said something about, yeah, we could do an animated series for Evil Dead, something like that. And, you know, I kind of just took it at face value, him just saying, maybe we can make one. If I'm going to continue as Ash, that's how I would do it, because obviously he's quote-unquote semi-retired the role of Ash. He's no longer playing him in live action. I mean, he is 64 years old, so it makes sense. After the cancellation of Ash vs. Evil Dead, I think he just got, you know, a little bit like, you know what, we tried, we sort of quote-unquote failed, even though they really didn't. It's just the show ended up getting canceled. Despite the fact that everybody loves it. Anybody who's seen Ash vs. Evil Dead loves the series. It's just an awesome, really fun show that really did a lot of great work for the Evil Dead series. But we actually have a new interview from Collider.com. The article says, Bruce Campbell confirms Ash vs. Evil Dead animated series talks have begun. Oh boy, that's juicy. Okay, so let's read the quote here. Campbell spoke on how the future of Evil Dead would be easier to express in animation since the voice hasn't changed much and still resembles the franchise's leading man, Ash Williams. The 64-year-old explained it by saying, you can do the future a lot easier in animation. Still sound like Ash, and you know, my voice hasn't been as beat up as my body has been, so I can still do that crap. I'll still do the video game, and we're already talking about an animated series. So, obviously, like I said, Bruce retired the role of Ash, but that just meant in live action. Obviously, since the show's been canceled, Bruce Campbell has voiced him in 2 things that I know of. I'm pretty sure that's it. Obviously, Dead by Daylight, he has a couple of voice lines in that, maybe like 10 voice lines, nothing crazy, but still returned to the role through the voice, as well as Evil Dead the game, of course. So, yeah. An animated series, in my opinion, would be awesome. I mean, really, for me, it's the only way they can go forward. If Bruce Campbell is not willing to return to the role in live action, then an animated series or an animated movie, something like, you know, the DC animated movies or the recent Mortal Kombat animated movies that they did, would be really cool. Just because it's like, you know, people... I think there's been a big Evil Dead resurgence lately, especially with the game and stuff, and there's a lot of new people, especially with the world of Dead by Daylight and Evil Dead and the video games, you know, kind of helping with that, because it's like, you know, there's a lot of people, as much as we love Evil Dead and horror fans love Evil Dead kind of is a niche franchise. You know, you could ask 10 people on the street if they know Evil Dead, and maybe one of them will say, yeah. Because it is kind of a cult classic, but Dead by Daylight and Evil Dead the game, I think, have brought a lot of the gamers into being like, you know, obviously, like I said, it's a well-known series, but it's not like, I could ask anybody who Michael Myers is or who Freddy Krueger is, and they'll say, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I've seen those movies. But I think with those 2 things, that could bring a lot of fans into it. You know, there's obviously a lot of people playing Evil Dead, a lot of people playing Dead by Daylight, and a lot of Dead by Daylight fans might have went to Evil Dead because they're like, oh, Ash, I watched the show because I checked out DVD, so now I'm gonna, you know, play Evil Dead. This is cool. So, you know, I think that, because obviously another thing as well is, even if Bruce was to return to the role in live action, you know, he's 64 years old. There's only so much he could do. Even if you were to have him return for a movie, that might just be the final one. It just might be like, okay, Evil Dead 4 continues after Ash vs. Evil Dead, Season 3, it's done. It's over. So, you know, because obviously, kind of like Robert Englund, even though Robert Englund is like 10 years older, there's not really a longevity there. However, with the voice, there is a longevity there, as well as you can do a lot of things with animation, a lot. I mean, there are people out there who I very much so disagree with, who are like, oh, well, I'd rather watch a live-action movie than an animation or whatever, anime. And that's fine. I mean, I guess I would too. But animation's awesome. I mean, you get, if I were to have it my way, they would get somebody who has a similar art style to like Invincible, the Amazon Prime show. If you've ever seen Invincible, that would be the perfect animation for the show, because that show was brutal and had a really good animation. It was detailed, so I think that could work. And like I said, there's a lot more they could do. They wouldn't really have to worry about the budget restraints as much. At least I don't think so. I mean, I might be wrong. I know animation costs a lot of money, but obviously with a live action series, you have to think about practical effects, shooting locations, CGI, you know, everything else. So I think that having this be the way they go forward with the Evil Dead series featuring Bruce Campbell, as well as the game and stuff, would be perfect, because, you know, obviously he's getting older and he can't do it forever. He doesn't want to do it forever, particularly not in live action, because he already said before he kind of started to get grumpy with all the blood and shit being covered with blood all the time. So, you know, I understand that, and the fact that he's willing to return to the role in an animated form is awesome. I'm in. You know, day one, they do Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 4, animated, I'm 110% into that idea. You could do, Netflix could do it, you know, because Starz is really one of the big problems of why Ash vs. Evil Dead got canceled, was because a lot of people don't own Starz. I mean, you think about premium channels, and channels with TV shows and stuff, you think about AMC, HBO, etc., but nobody mentions Starz, because Starz doesn't really have anything. Ash vs. Evil Dead is the only Starz show I can think of, to be honest. But, you know, with that being said, I'm totally down for this, 110%. The idea of an Evil Dead animated series is awesome. As well as, you know, this is good news in general. Okay, we got Ash in Dead by Daylight. Ash was supposed to be in Mortal Kombat 11, so maybe he'll be in Mortal Kombat 12. We got Evil Dead the game. We got the new movie, Evil Dead Rise, which, oh wow, I actually just got an ad for Evil Dead 2 from the Collider website. But anyway, then you got Evil Dead Rise, which is the new movie. Not going to have Bruce Campbell in it, at least not as Ash. We know he will have a cameo in the movie, and he's involved in the executive producer role of the movie. And then we have an animated series. So, you know, for me, this is as much of a win as Evil Dead fans could possibly get. And I hope that this isn't just them having talks about it and it'll never go anywhere. I really do hope that it actually does happen. So I think that as a community, Evil Dead fans, horror fans, if you love the Evil Dead, I think we should all like come together, maybe make like a hashtag or something like that, or make a petition, or at least just let our voices be heard that we want to see this. We want to see the story of Ash continue and then conclude. We want it to conclude because, you know, the character, Evil Dead is one of the only horror series where the main character, the protagonist, is the main draw to the series. As much as, you know, the Deadites are cool, we're there for Bruce Campbell, and we're there for Ash Williams, as well as some of the other heroes in the series. You know, like Pablo and Kelly and stuff. So, yeah. I mean, that's really all I gotta say for this one, other than just, I hope to God this happens, and yeah, that's it, folks. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Would you rather be live action? Do you like the fact that it's going to be animated? You know, do you think they should just do like a mini-series where it's like 10 episodes, end it off, consider it a wrap, or do like a 3-4 season thing, 3-4 season deal, have a couple seasons, and then end it there, and you know, that's it. Or would you guys prefer something live action? Would you guys prefer Evil Dead 4? Would you much rather have that than an animated series? I mean, for me, if we can't have a live action movie or a couple extra seasons of the show, give me an animated series. I'd rather have more time with a very nicely animated show that's super gory and, you know, gives us like a couple more, you know, longer episodes, and we can finish the series that way. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say for this one, folks. You guys stay safe, stay groovy.